Get down to the last minute and everyone would start freaking out. It's dinner time, blah, blah, blah. One of the most important things about doing cooking like this at home is to enjoy yourself. So develop it. Don't push, just put it right on there. Right. Put your thumb right on it. And just, yeah, give it a little pressure and that's it. Now, the sauce we have going over here is just the same ingredients that we've had pushed down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a half cup of red wine. Could be anything. Generally, the cooking wine that you want to use is wine that's just good enough for the table. And in fact, the whole idea, the whole philosophy in our family is that you use the wine left over from the dinner before. Unfortunately, there's rarely any wine left over from the dinner before. We just tend to drink until the bottle's empty. So then I'm going to take some of these tomatoes and a little bit of the juice. We always buy the San Marzano tomatoes, and we crush them by hand. In fact, you just reach in there and you just give them a quick little crush.
Mario, you put dried porcinis in.
Yes.
Is that because you want the liquid? What would happen if you used a fresh mushroom or?
Well, fresh porcinis have an entirely different flavor, and I wouldn't actually put them in something as complex as this dish here. I would tend to put them in something all by themselves. Sauteed porcini. The dried porcini have an entirely different taste, and I love that texture that they have. It's almost a little leathery, so it works out really well, and they're all good. Make sure you dust them with just a little flour, guys, so they don't stick. And there we have our beautiful gnocchi. Now we're going to talk about chicken devil style. Mr. Myers, any comments?
Well, people think that the devil style is just about being spicy, but sometimes it's about ripping live organs out of a chicken and cooking them live, feeding.
Chef Myers' restaurant, of course, is not open anymore. Leave those right there. We're going to put now what are we going to do? We're not going to rip this guy open.
We're going to have 2 different cooking times for these.
There you go. I'm going to put a little salt and pepper on this, and then we're just going to quickly truss it. Trussing is something that brings fear to a lot of people, but there's really no reason to be afraid of it, is there, Christopher? And what we're just going to do is we're tying it into place so that it roasts evenly and quickly. What you want to do is go around the legs, and then around what we so affectionately call the Pope's nose. Not kidding, that's what they call it in Italy, too. Well, we'll get, you know what? Let's lose the blanket. There we go. And then you want to go around like so. And then around like so. And then just tie it up. And basically, it's just going to keep it in the right place so that the chicken cooks evenly and consistently. Now, what they'll do sometimes is they'll drizzle this with a little bit of chili oil, but I don't feel the need to do that. I just like to do the oil in the pan. Then what we're going to do...
Do you see this made with small birds as well as...
They tend to make it with galetto, which is the smaller chicken in Italy, but it doesn't really make a difference. The whole idea is that it just tastes good and that it's a good fresh chicken. More importantly than anything, it would be that it would be organic. In my opinion, the organic birds that are working out in the States right now have a lot more flavor and a lot more action going on. So then what we'll do is we'll just put it in the pan. And the idea is that you brown it on all sides so you get this insanely crispy skin, then you toss it in the oven and finish it. So basically, we're just going to do that. When we come back, we'll drop the gnocchi in, and I'll show you how to deal with the rest of the situation. So please, stay with me. Chicken is simple. You just go straight at it like so. Wing off. Wing off. Detruss. Toss well, Georgie?
Oh, well.
Beautiful. Then the legs go down. Very simple to do. When it's perfectly roasted, of course, it's always a lot easier. And then we just put the breast like so, right on top. That crispy, beautiful mustard stuff going on. Then what we're going to do is we're going to drizzle it with just a little bit of the chili oil. Now, this is the chili oil that I made with hot chilies, the chili flakes, jalapenos, and olive oil. Bring it up to heat, and then slowly let it go back down. Strain out everything, and then add just a little more chili flakes. And as you can tell, when that hits, it starts to smell really, really good. Then we're going to take the sherry vinegar glaze. We're going to turn off the heat. We're going to drizzle in some extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of parsley, and just stir that over like so. And how can you think that's not going to be good, fellas? Then, to create the presentation, a little bit more chili flakes, and this. Now, this will go on at the very last second. Of course, we have our peppers that are now out of the oven, so professionally stuffed by Chef Myers over here. And what I like to do is serve a couple of things all in the same plate. These are just perfectly cooked. That took about a half hour. The inside is just delicately cooked through. And one saves for me. And then over the top of that, we're going to take just a little bit of the chilies, a little more extra virgin olive oil, and a touch of parsley, and create more or less a tiny little pan sauce from those. And this is what really extracting flavor is all about. The Italian kitchen is filled with little tricks like this that make things taste so much different if you just watch those last few seconds. Then to serve it up, we're just going to pile that beautiful salad around the outside. And there you have it, fellas. That's the dish. Plates from La Chocheria, south of Rome along the Via Appia, the Appian Way. I want to thank the devil for being here within all of us. I want to thank you guys for being...